Welcome back to another video on page SEO with SEO Press. This is gonna be a very interesting video. This is something I really like sharing about SEO Press, and it's one of the most unique features that I've seen that SEO Press has compared to other competitors. Also, it's very simple and easy to implement. So make sure you take some time when you go through this video because it might be a little bit long, it might be a little complicated. Watch it a few times to understand. Okay, so the goal is now we want to create, we want to bulk customize meta title and description. Okay, what does it mean? Let's say I have so many posts. Let's say I have hundreds and hundreds of posts. I can't be bothered to go and make changes to every title and description every time, because when when I manually set a title and description, then every time something changes or I want to make a change, I have to go to that post every time, right? Like, imagine at the end of the year, you're one of those SEO people who update their post and title with the new year, right? So if it was 2021, you change it to 2022. That's the most common use case I can think of in this example. So instead of having to go into your content and do it manually, what if I told you that you could do it automatically with SEO Press's bulk update meta title and description? And that's what we're gonna look at right now. Okay, so just bear with me, let's go slowly and we'll try to go step by step. So first thing first, first example, my blogs, right? I have so many posts, and you can see some of them already have a title tag description that came from SEO Press. Some of them don't, and that's fine. I'm okay with it, right? Let's look at our example of how to install a WordPress plugin again. We have this, I have set up my title tag and description. So once Google indexes, it should be showing this, right? How to install a WordPress plugin, learn it should be showing this. However, if you check Google, it actually shows a little bit of different thing. It does maintain the description as how I've stated, but if you go to the title of the post, it has a hyphen, the separator, and the name of my website, Marketing with WP, right? But in the post level, you saw I don't have it, right? So why is it happening? Am I doing this intentionally? Is something going on wrong? Actually, the answer is I'm doing it intentionally, and the reason being, I don't want to put Marketing with WP every time over here. What if I want to put marketingwithwp.com in the future and I want to change something? It's going to be a headache trying to make changes every time, right? That's why there's a simple template over here. Again, you can see on the post level how to add a, let me go back over here. How to add a plugin, install plugin. So WordPress plugin, right? So how to install WordPress plugin. You don't see the website over here. The description is the same, which is great. So it's been manually set, and I showed you how it's been manually set over here. I've overridden this title and meta description with the bulk meta title and description editing feature by SEO Press. So what I mean is, if you go to your SEO icon over here, go to title and metas, and let's say you select the specific type of post, right? In this case, my blog posts are post types, and you see the detail I've actually put in is what you see in Google. Okay, so how to install a WordPress plugin, -- marketing with WP. Post title. What is the post title? Let's go all the way up. Post title is how to install a WordPress plugin, -- That's what it is. There's a space, then there's a separator, then there's a space. So this is your space over here, and there's a space over here, and then there's a site title. That's exactly how this shows up. Now, what's the use case of this, right? Earlier I mentioned something saying, hey, if you're one of those type of business or blog that keeps adding years, because Google finds that year number very relevant, right? Like, Google's like, oh shit, this blog post has 2022, 2021 written. Most probably it's the most newest content, right? That's what people also perceive. That's what Google also kind of perceives, which is stupid, but that's how it works, right? The best example being, let's go to SEO Press reviews, right? And you go over here and you're like, Adam from WD Crafter. Okay, everyone knows Adam. He's this nice WordPress guru, like influencer, YouTuber. His tutorials are very helpful. He's a nice businessman as well. But you see, you try to search for any of his review posts, it's always gonna be the most recent month or the year, because he's using something like this dynamically. So what I mean is, here, if I were to add a thing called maybe year, post date, okay? That's one thing. Or I could use, there's gotta be a current, current month, right? Current month, current year. So let's say if I add a current month and current year over here, right? In the bracket, then my post in Google eventually, when the search engine scans and updates it, is going to include that over here. So there's a difference. Like, do I want to put my brand name over here? Because the real estate is limited, right? I only get this much space. So my thing is I want it to be more brand related for now, and I'm toying with the idea. But if I really wanted to do the year, I could also put it and see it, you know. So yeah, that's one cool feature. We're not done yet though. We are not done yet. Now, if your website is even more complicated, you're using custom post types, you're using any other custom post type tools like JetEngine, CPT UI, or some other custom post types, and you want to use it hand on hand with your SEOPress Pro plugin to create dynamic titles and description, now that is also possible. Let me show you what I mean. Now, let me first close this. Let me close this. Okay, one of the post types I have is also a review post type, right? Let's again search for SEOPress reviews. Okay, so although Adam's here, my website's also here, right here, right? So in my post, in my search engine ranking, wow, it also already has pros and cons. I'm very, very interested now. Cool. So I've got, because it's a new feature, so this is a new feature. I'll explain this later. But what you see is, you see SEOPress plugin review 2022, the brand name, right? Also, there's this description. You can see what I'm doing with my post type. I'll show you. So this is the front end of the post. Of course, I cannot edit anything over here. If I look at the back end, which is here, it does not have anything in it. It's empty. Because, again, I'm using the global meta title and description to generate title and description, right? So if I go to my post type, and this is a plugins post type, if I go all the way down, plugins post type, there's two spaces here. No, where's the space? Okay, great. So you see I'm using post title, plugin review, current year. So in my review, I also have year in it. So plugin, what does it say? Post title, right? Which is, say, go all the way. SEOPress is the post title. And then it says plugin review, right? Which is nowhere here, but it's coming from the main title and metas, right? So the post title, plugin review, current year. That's what it's showing over here. I've not set up anything manually over here, but it's automatically getting it, right? So on SEO results, that's what's showing up. So SEOPress plugin review 2022, correct? And that's what we have. Now, how do you do it? As I showed you, there's a dynamic variable with SEOPress. There's a drop-down menu over here, and you can select whatever you want, right? There is there's this post title, whatever, the name, whatever you want to plug in dynamically, the current year. Now, let me actually go even one step further. What do you mean, Ankit? What do you mean by one step further? I'm going to show you something even crazier, how you can add dynamic values if you're using custom post types. So plugins is one of my custom post type, right? If you go to resources, plugins, okay, my menu, I need to work on it. So there's apps, then there's plugins, okay? So plugins was a simpler post type. If I go to apps, so let's say I'm reviewing a few apps and I'm going to look at Canva. Everyone knows Canva, right? So here's Canva. Let me also see how this post is being shown in Google. So I go here. All right, now let's analyze everything. Let's edit this post. Give some time. It's gonna take time to load. You can see what's going on. There's a post title. There's a This is a specific custom field called description of the app, right? Then there's the featured image, then there is quite a few things, and at the end there is a link, there is table of content and everything, right? So what is being shown in search engines or not? So if you go here, there's the title. Have I set up title and description? No, I've not. Is it getting dynamic value? Yes, it is. So let's see what's going on. Go to post again, and this time it's called apps. So here's my apps now, right? You can see, what does it have? It says Canva Review 2022, best all-in-one digital content creation, ... right? Canva is a beginner friendly ... There's all of that. And there's the FAQ, there's the star rating, great. What's going on? Let's see. So there is the post title. We saw the post title. It says review, great. So post title was Canva, right? We know the post title is Canva. If we go all the way up, it says Canva, that's the post title. And then it says review. Review is correct, and that's what's shown over here. It says current year, great, that's the current year. And then there's an option now, and that is you can put data from your custom fields created with your plugin. I am using Jet Engine, but if you have CPT UI with ACF, Advanced Custom Fields, you can also use that. So in my particular case, I'm using CF is the code that SEOpress uses. I'm using custom fields called app-tagline. And that app-tagline is actually a custom field that's over here. Where are we? Here on settings. Tagline. You see app-tagline is that description over here. So that's what it's showing. This app-tagline is being shown over here. Best all-in-one digital content creation, right? Now, there's quite a few other things. There's these things that show up. This I will cover in the schema markup section because this is coming from schema. The FAQ is coming from, if you see over here, there's a table of there's an accordion block, which this is using Cadence. In the structure settings, it says enable FAQ schema. That's why it's pulling up these questions from there. But overall, you can see the title and description being generated from there. So I even have it on the description, but the description is so long, I believe it doesn't fit in there. If we look over here, it should have looked like this, you know. It's way more than how much allocated space I have available. That's why it's not showing it, but it should have said review features, pros, cons, pricing, discount coupons, and alternatives in 2022. Find out if or why Canva is the best all-in-one digital content creation tool. All-in-one digital content creation tool, again, is a dynamic field, right? So that's why I'm getting it. So imagine how crazy it is. You could dynamically, in this video, you learn how you could dynamically enter year or month, and not just that, but you could also dynamically enter the category, the tagline, right, or any other field you wanted. So if I actually wanted to put in Canva Review 2022 starting the price, I could actually get this price and put it on the title as well. So you need to play around with what you think is going to get a click. In my opinion, this made sense to me, that's why I put it. I might change it because clearly the length is not sufficient. I might put the the description over here instead. But now you know how to do it, and now you know how someone like Mr. Adam from WP Crafter does it, how he puts review, the most recent year or the month, and it makes the content look very relevant, very new, very fresh in terms of the readers as well as search engines. I hope this video was awesome and helpful. This is something I geek about, and I really wanted to share this in the pro video, so I hope this video made sense, and I hope using techniques like this you might be able to get quite a bit of views and clicks and impressions for your content as well on Google. See you in the next video.